Hello everyone, welcome. I want you to really settle in for this one because what we're about to discuss isn't just another dating tip. It's something I see playing out every single day in my coaching sessions, in therapy rooms, in the stories women share with me privately, and yes, in the quiet frustrations so many good men carry. If you're a man listening right now, this is for you. The biggest mistake most men make, the thing that silently destroys attraction before it even has a chance to breathe, is chasing, not pursuing with intention, not leading with purpose. Chasing, the constant texting, the over-explaining, the availability on demand, the need to prove you're the one, it all signals one thing to her nervous system: low value. Predictability. Safety without tension, and while safety matters deeply in a committed relationship in the early stages of attraction, it repels. The opposite, what actually ignites obsession, emotional investment, and yes, raw physical desire, is when a masculine man chooses to disappear, not as manipulation, not out of anger or games, but as a natural expression of self-respect, boundaries, and a life that doesn't revolve around her approval. Today we're going deep, layer by layer, into the female mind, into why chasing feels suffocating, even when she liked you at first. Why pulling away strategically, calmly flips a switch inside her that she often can't control, and how when you understand this psychology, you stop begging for attention and start receiving it naturally. So take a breath, maybe pour yourself some water, turn off distractions, because this conversation might feel uncomfortable at first, but it has the power to change everything. Let's begin. First, understand how attraction actually works for most women. It's not the same wiring as men. Men can feel instant visual pull. A woman walks into the room, chemistry sparks immediately. For women, attraction builds in stages. It starts psychologically and emotionally. The body follows later. At the core of female attraction psychology is one principle: women are drawn to what feels rare, uncertain, and earned. Scarcity creates perceived value. Abundance, especially emotional abundance, handed over too freely, dulls desire. Think about it this way. When a man is always there, good morning text every day, how was your day? At exactly 7 p.m, instant replies, endless compliments, he becomes background noise, comfortable, expected. Her brain registers, this man has no other demands on his time, no mystery, no life pulling him away, therefore his attention isn't special. Now reverse it, he shows genuine interest, strong eye contact, deep conversation, calibrated touch, then he steps back, doesn't double text, doesn't chase reassurance, goes quiet for a few days while he handles his own world. Suddenly, uncertainty floods her system. Dopamine spikes. Questions start looping. Where is he? Is he with someone else? Did I push too far? Why isn't he like the others who won't leave me alone? That mental loop isn't annoyance, it's investment. She's thinking about you more than you're thinking about her. And the more she invests mentally, the more her emotions deepen. And eventually her body responds. I remember working with a woman, let's call her Zara, mid-30s, attractive, successful career, always had men pursuing her aggressively. She met someone different, calm, centered, masculine energy without trying. One date turned into incredible chemistry, laughter, vulnerability, a kiss that left her breathless, then silence. No text the next day, no had fun recap, just absence. By day 3, she was messaging me, Sadia, why hasn't he reached out? Normally men are obsessed after a date like that. I can't get him out of my head. Exactly. The silence created space for fantasy, for longing, for her nervous system to light up in ways constant contact never could. Her attraction didn't fade, it intensified, because he became scarce, valuable. This is rooted in basic psychology, intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. Rewards that come unpredictably keep us hooked far more than consistent ones. When your presence becomes predictable, the reward flattens. When it becomes unpredictable because you're living your life first, the reward becomes potent. And gentlemen, that potency shows up in her body long before she admits it to herself. Increased sensitivity, restless nights, thoughts drifting to how your hands would feel, fantasies she didn't expect. The physical ache of wanting to be claimed by someone who doesn't beg to claim her, that's not manipulation, that's biology meeting self-respect. Now, let's talk about the behaviors that kill attraction almost instantly, the chasing mistakes I see men repeating over and over. First, over complimenting and pedestalizing. Telling her she's beautiful 10 times in one conversation doesn't make her feel special. It makes her feel like every other man has said the same. It communicates, I have no standards. Your looks alone are enough to disarm me. Women feel this instinctively. They pull away not because they don't like compliments, but because constant validation without depth feels cheap. Second, being too available, cancelling plans with friends to see her, replying in seconds every time, having no rhythm to your own life. She senses it, you're orbiting her instead of having your own gravity. Third, emotional dumping too early, sharing insecurities, past heartbreaks, need for reassurance before trust is built. It flips the dynamic. Suddenly she's your therapist, not your equal. Attraction requires polarity. She can't feel feminine desire if she's carrying your emotional weight. Fourth, tolerating disrespect to keep the peace. Jokes at your expense that sting. Flaky behavior. It's testing boundaries. When you don't walk away calmly, she loses respect. And respect is the foundation of desire for women. Fifth, seeking validation through her responses. Did you like that? Are we okay? Why so quiet? Every question screams insecurity. It pushes her further into withdrawal. Sixth, jealousy and monitoring, checking her stories obsessively, asking who she's with. That energy screams scarcity mindset. High value men assume abundance, they don't police. Seventh, begging for commitment or clarity. What are we after a few dates? Please don't see other people. Pressure accelerates repulsion. Women want to choose you freely, not be cornered into it. Each of these mistakes signals the same thing. I need you more than I value myself, and neediness is the ultimate attraction killer. So what does the alternative look like? The art of disappearing, not ghosting, but strategic withdrawal rooted in frame and purpose. First principle, only disappear after you've established real interest. If you've never shown up fully, pulling away just looks like disinterest or games. But when you've led strongly, planned the date, held eye contact, created tension, then stepping back feels natural, powerful. Second, focus on your mission, your work, your growth, your circle. When your life is full, disappearing isn't a tactic, it's inevitable. She senses you're not waiting by the phone. That creates intrigue. Timings vary, but generally after a strong interaction, 2-4 days of space is common. If things were intense, 5-7 days. Longer if needed to reset the frame. The key is calibration, read her energy. If she's pulling away first, match it or exceed it slightly. When you reappear, come back centered, not apologetic, not needy. Something simple, confident, being deep in my world. How's yours treating you? Or tease lightly about something from your last conversation. The energy, I'm here because I choose to be, not because I can't stay away. And when that happens, watch what unfolds inside her. Her cortisol rises slightly from the uncertainty, but paired with the memory of your strength, it converts to adrenaline-tinged excitement. Thoughts become obsessive. She replays moments, compares you to the men who never stop texting, and they suddenly feel boring, safe, forgettable. Her dreams may shift, nighttime arousal, waking up flushed, thinking of your voice. The way you held space without filling it with words. She starts investing, reaching out first, asking questions, dressing up just in case. The dynamic flips. She's now pursuing the feeling of being chosen by a man who doesn't chase anyone. That's submission born of desire, not coercion, elegant, primal. I've seen this pattern hundreds of times. One client, high-powered lawyer, always dated nice guys who bored her, met a man who embodied this energy. After 2 electric dates, he went silent for 6 days, focused on a project. She messaged on day 5. Hey, everything okay? He replied on day 7, calm, teasing, inviting her to dinner. By the end of that night, she told me later, I've never wanted anyone so badly. It scared me how much. Her words, the silence, made her feel the weight of his absence. And in that absence, she discovered how deeply she craved his presence. Another story, a man in his late 30s, tired of being friend-zoned. He stopped initiating for a week after consistent mixed signals. She panicked, called, apologized for being distant, invited him over. The polarity returned, he led, she followed. Intimacy deepened because he stopped chasing it. These aren't anomalies. They're predictable when you understand the wiring. Anxious women feel it strongest. The uncertainty triggers their attachment system, making them lean in harder. Avoidant women test more, but even they soften when the pullback is calm and non-reactive. Secure women respect it most. They recognize self-respect as attractive. Now let's go deeper into what she experiences physically and emotionally when you vanish. Not as punishment, but as self-preservation. Her mind races first, then fantasizing, the body catches up, heart rate elevates when your name appears, skin flushes remembering touch, breasts become more sensitive. A low hum between her legs that wasn't there before. She may touch herself thinking of you, not out of habit, but out of need. Imagining being taken, claimed, held down by hands that don't tremble. The orgasm, when it comes, feels sharper because it's tied to emotional tension. Afterward, guilt, sometimes confusion. Why him? Why now? But the craving returns, stronger. This is where many men fail. They reappear too soon, too eagerly, and break the spell. Or they never disappear at all, staying in the friend zone purgatory. The masculine path hold the frame. Let her come to you. When she does, reward sporadically at first. Keep the intermittent reinforcement alive. Then, as trust builds, give more consistently, but never fully surrender your center. Advanced move when you return, amplify with presence, slow eye contact, light dominant touch, words that acknowledge her effort without over-validating. I see you've been thinking about me, delivered with calm certainty. She melts because you're seeing her desire without exploiting it, leading without forcing. Gentlemen, this isn't about becoming cold or unavailable forever. It's about balance, leading your life first so she can safely follow. Stop chasing, start building. A man with purpose doesn't need to beg for space in her world. She starts asking for space in his, and when that shift happens, the intimacy that follows is deeper, more honest, more electric, because it's chosen, not chased. Next time you feel the urge to text again, to check in, to prove yourself, pause, breathe, ask, am I acting from abundance or scarcity? Choose abundance. Protect your frame, let her feel the silence, and watch what rises in its place. If this spoke to you, drop a comment. I'm choosing my frame. Subscribe if you want more truths like this. No fluff, just what actually works. And if you're ready to go deeper, to master yourself, understand women on this level, and build relationships that feel effortless and passionate, check the link in the description for my coaching program, Limited Spots, Real Transformation. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourself first. The right woman will feel that strength, and she'll move toward it. I'll see you in the next one.